Hello, my name is Charlene DeChico. It is with sincere passion that I am eager to learn about people, culture, true history, and the overall human experience. Join with me as I embark on this journey. This is your Community Spotlight. I had the opportunity to visit with Jason Morset of MHA Tourism. He shared with me intimate and interesting perspectives regarding MHA Nation. This is an opportunity for all individuals to better understand the three affiliated tribes.
Well, first of all, we're not from India, so we're not Indians. We are we have our own origin stories. We have our own creation stories. We have a lot of different things that separates us from the people of India. So we are considered Indians, but we're not. It's we're native to the land. We're not even Americans. It comes from an Italian guy named Amerigo, some Amerigo guy. Anyways, that's the original name of the Americas. So we're not even Native Americans. We're just native to the land. So indigenous people of this continent of who we are as people. But we up here at the North Dakota area, the state line, and in our territories, we are the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Rickawa tribes, the three affiliated tribes that was a big part of this area from all the way up into Canada and down into the Nebraska area that reached between the east and west borders of Minnesota and all the way out into the Yellowstone area, which was our territory, all the way down into the Wyoming territory. Those are the lands that were promised to us, but our territories reach further than that. So the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara people all have different stories of where they come from, and they're exciting to hear and see, the different living cultures. It's still alive today. Some have died out due to the historical trauma that we all have endured through history. So a lot of PTSD that is still living within the borders of MHA today, including the loss of the land. But each tribe has its unique story, has a very unique language, different ways in creating a way of life, but yet, throughout history, like I said, the historical trauma that we endured, the smallpox epidemics, the measles, the cold weather, the moving of our tribes into the area where we're at today, a little less than 1 million acres. When you heard the states from before, that's a lot of territory from Wyoming all the way up into the Canadian provinces, and all the way out into the Minnesota area, all the way out, halfway into Montana. That was the territory of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara people. Now we're just sitting on a little less than 1 million acres. Historically, we've all encountered the Americans, the different nations, the Russians, everybody that brought us to a point to where we're at here. But along those ways, we reside on the Missouri River, and we still reside on the Missouri River. So that was one of the biggest trade routes of the nation back in the 1800s, and now it's just a different commodity. We're number one again. It's just different eras and things like that. Well, one of the biggest things that we've endured in our, I guess, when you look at today's modern day society, it's the flooding of our lands. So when you heard me say that we've lost, we're on a little less than 1 million acres, while 300 and some thousand, 356,000 of agricultural lands, the best fertile lands, are now underwater, including the villages that we all lived in. Now we're like the first generation living above the water line today. When our parents were born, they were residing in the original villages back then. That's why you consider this town a new town when it used to be down there, in Old Town Sanish. But then Sanish flooded and they moved it over here, and that's why we're called Newtown today. Yeah, the world was, there was nothing that we don't see today that was going on down there. I mean, the things they had carnivals, they had fairs, they had, like you said, rodeos, powwows. They were doing events that we should be doing today, including some of the games and stuff that we're doing. But when you look at today's society, that's all we're seeing today is, punching a clock, getting your fingerprint taken, or doing things to make yourself a little bit more acceptable to today's economic world or the sustainability of this, nation. Well, there's a few names that I have. On my mother's side, which is Dakota and Ojibwe, and that's Gichiamani, and that's bronze himself when he walks. But there's a story behind and how I got that name. Life's adventures or life's accomplishments or some things like that. Things you've done in your life to get to receive those names. And then also being in the military and doing all these other things with how my dad's side of the family, the Urkaras and the Hiratsas, it's Patuha na Aninu. That's the not afraid of the enemy. So, those are the names that we should be going by and not the Christian names, because Christianity is forced upon our people, and we do, a lot of that kind of stuff here too, the churches and stuff. So, you think about all that stuff and traumatically, which way you want to live. There's always two sides to every story, and you have a choice in your own world. That's the freedom that we're living in today. Is you have a choice to live your way or live your way, but what side is your way? And some preach the word of gospel or the gods or Jesus, while others preach the creator, Adia Dutch Doug, or Ade Wakabaz, the things that are of how we're saying things. So different cultures clashing together to reside under one roof. And that's kind of it's not crazy, it's not weird, but it's, I guess, really genocidal of how things are today, but yet we're still practicing and living today's modern day society. Yeah, I mean, you can't focus more on the other. I guess it's all up to the individual themselves on how they want to perceive, whether it's God, whether it's a job, whether it's away at the drum, or sitting in a band on a drum in a band, or if you're the one playing the guitar versus you're the one playing gourds or maracas or whatever. There's choices in this world that you have a right to live in, and it's freedom to do what you're doing. And yet we as people all support one another in regards to how we're living, and we're always supportive of everybody regardless of what we're doing, whether it's church, whether it's a powwow or a ceremony, or different ways in this world. But we all adapt to the teachings, and we carry on those teachings for our future to make sure that we do have a cultural identity or a spiritual reckoning, or something that's allowing us to perceive in nature and the origins of this world too. So it's a work in progress, but yet it's nothing that we can accomplish. It's something that we've already accomplished in our way of life through the historical traumas of today's world. Well, on my perspective of MHA Tourism, we are the destination marketing organizers, the ones that go out and basically promote the tribe, promote small businesses, but it's all under one logo, and that's the unity that we have to have We try to promote all those that carry the MHA logo. And yeah, there's some individual logos out there, but we're not focusing on that much until, because change leaderships usually change hands, and we try to promote the tribe because we're under one roof. So that's kind of the basic things of what we do. So we go out and we promote the tribal logo. We take our brochures that we have up here that we find that places to eat, places to sleep, what's there to do, things to do on the reservation, and we go and try to find the fun stuff. So that way the tourists or the international people that we deal with make itineraries for those that are coming into North Dakota, which we work with the state and the other 5 tribes to get together, and we come up with plans and routes to make sure that we're directing the traveler into these areas that are off the beaten path, that are not near the interstate, so that way these smaller towns are getting a piece of the action too, which is gas, people buying gas, but making sure that we get my job is to get $100 off of each person that comes through here. If I'm able to do that, then I'm doing something good. So we create these brochures to, 1, spend within our borders. 2, spending in our stores that we have here, whether it's gas, a diner, a gift store, or just checking out the area. And then the other one is to have them look at some of the parts that we have, some of the, like the Crow Flies High area, the Earth Lodge Village. We want them to go out and experience these types of things and where we lived or what we were able to see, and also promote the river, because there's always fun things to do along the river, whether it's fishing, hunting, so we're out there trying to promote the activities and recreation portion of our people, and at the same time letting them know who we are as people. And we always say our greetings, when everybody comes. We always welcome them, let them know, stay as long as you want, and come and enjoy. There's more to see than just what you see on Main Street or what you see at the casino. Like I said, the beaten path. Get off the beaten path. There's little country roads that you're able to take and go drive around on. Go see the land. See part of the land. You may not be able to get on some of the lands because of the privacy that they have, the private lands, or oil pads or whatever. But there's a lot of great views that you're not able to see in a city. You go around the corner, what do you see? There's another brick building. Okay, you go around the next corner, another brick building, until you get to the edge of town. Where here we have open land, and we're not a big town, but yet we're a big area for recreation, and you're able to get off and do those types of things too. And then if you find the right people and get directed into the right facility or something, you're able to rent a horse. There's horse programs here. There's if you want to get on the water, there's people with boats. Maybe there's somebody that you want to bring your boat maybe and get on the water yourself, or go swimming, do some fishing. We have game and fish here too, so they're able to do these types of things. We just ask that you be safe and know your surroundings, and have some sensitivity to the people of the land, because this is their land and you're welcome. We just ask that you take care of it as we do. So when you come into Newtown, North Dakota, stop in at the MHA Tourism office for more information. You can talk to any one of the staff members that are here. Grab a brochure, grab a map, see where you can go. Ask some questions about who are the people. We got information on that. We have, what are things to do. We can direct you to some things that you're able to do that is free. Also, want you to also to kind of check out the casino. Maybe try your luck at a poker or blackjack or something. Maybe a slot machine might be your lucky winning day, and you might win thousands of dollars, and you'll be back on the road and go on to your next destination. So, but other than that, there's come visit the people. We can't encourage you enough to come on out and visit us, because we not only is the land beautiful, but the people are beautiful.
Okay, hi, my name is Jenna Baker. I am the All Chiefs Society president. We just finished having our second of the storytelling events that we've scheduled for All Chiefs Society. The idea of All Chiefs Society is to continue language, culture, anything that we can help recultivate and also help grow the body of knowledge that we have for our people. It's very important to us as a society. Also here at the college, we're trying to make sure that we keep things going. A lot of our language and culture is being lost, so we're doing whatever we can to help revitalize it and continue it on in the best way that we can. We have our All Chief Society meetings the second Wednesday of every month. They're open to the community. During lunchtime, we have them at the Culture Center. If anybody would like to come, we invite you. Bring your ideas. If you have any knowledge that you want to share with the community, we can get some events going. We invite you to do that. The purpose of tonight's event. So tonight was Mashi storytelling. During certain times of the year, they share stories, and if you think about the storytelling and you're telling them within your family like we did long ago, but we don't really have that anymore, so we want to continue sharing the knowledge. I've never heard the stories before, so being able to come to these events and sharing them with the community is very, very important. I know I'm hoping to hang on to these stories so that I'm able to share them with my family, with my children or even my husband. It's going to help our culture and our ways to continue on, and it's really important for our community, not only at the college but our community as a whole. The All Chief Society meet the second Wednesday of every month. You're welcome to come to our meetings. Like I said, if you have any ideas of how we can help revitalize our culture and language, bring them. I think next month we're going to try to have a round dance for Valentine's. We'll have language kind of mixed into that. We're going to be singing songs and have all kinds of things that we're trying to do. So pay attention to our Facebook. Yeah, come join us. We're trying to do our best to keep our culture and language strong.
Kim and Yanaba. And just in time for Valentine's Day, we would like to introduce our Blind Date with a Book program that we're going to be starting. And what we do with this program is we are going to, you come in and get a book. You don't know what's inside the book because it's wrapped up.
But it has these clues on it to make you want to pick a book. And with that, it comes with beautiful and wonderful prizes within it. Chocolates, teas, and with that, we have other books that for children's with different kinds of snacks and little
And
trinkets.
that's our play date with a book. It's kind of the same concept. You come in, you get a book, they'll be wrapped up, and then you will pick what you like by the clues. You'll have a bookmark in there for the children's. They got hot cocoa and candy. And when you're done, we would like for you to rate your book and bring that slip back in. Once you bring that slip back in, you'll be entered in our drawing for like a $20 gift card to see for the children. We'd like to do TDH, Pizza Pie on the Fly pizza. The blind date with a book for the adults. We were gonna do maybe like a Better Beast $20 gift card. Kind of coincide with the date situation of a Valentine's Day.
Anybody can get a library card. It's so easy. You don't need an ID or anything. Just come in with your name and we can get you started from there.
Once it's updated and ready to go, I will let you guys know on our Facebook, Newtown City Library at Facebook.
Stay tuned and we will be posting them and keeping you guys in the loop.
Hey guys, come and get your blind date with the book.
Have you ever felt like you're unsure of the future or think that your past is going to stick with you? Do you have feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and maybe no one believes in you or you don't believe in yourself? Well, my name is Joe, and I'm here to tell you that if you're watching, we have plenty of stories of people like that, including myself. We ask that you tune in, contact us, and get to know stories of other people like yourself to give you some hope and some feedback and a new outlook on life and how to move forward, because it's possible.
We talk about raising awareness, and we also talk about the problems and situations revolving around addiction and recovery. And it's always important to remember that if you struggle in an area and you're looking for help or resources, there are plenty available. And sometimes it just takes picking up the phone and making one simple phone call that can make all the difference. So remember, we're always available, and we're ready to help you in any way that we know possible and lead you in the right direction, because along the pathway of darkness, there is a light of hope along those roads. So hopefully you will be open to see the light and walk in that direction. If it's mental health, if it's addiction, even suicide, the help is always readily available. Just take that initiative to reach out and receive it.
Many people have been touched by addiction, either directly or indirectly. Join us as we educate and break the stigma associated with addiction. Together, we can start a revolution and bring the disease out of the darkness and into the light.
I was 26 years old. I was sitting in my truck in the parking lot of a movie theater getting high.
I was an outcast my whole life, like I didn't know where I belonged.
Knocking my head against the wall over and over and over again.
So I came to Narcotics Anonymous. I heard a message that made my ears pop.
People who I can relate to and identify with. Managed to heal relationships, start families, and be happy with life.
Drug problem? We can help. We've been there. Narcotics Anonymous.
Are you addicted to drugs? Narcotics Anonymous can help. If you are interested in Narcotics Anonymous and cannot make it to a physical meeting, or are wanting to experience the Fellowship of Recovering Addicts online, visit virtual-na.org to learn more about online meetings and meetings over the phone.
So we're talking to Amir, and he's giving us an inner perspective, and we're actually talking an international perspective when it comes to addiction. And what we're hearing is that same vicious cycle that we see in the U.S. is very prominent even in Iran. We're looking at different parts of the world, and that seems to be the ongoing issue. An addict that may receive treatment continues to go back, and so we're not getting to the place where addicts can stay clean. And Amir talked about his documentary where they attend a fellowship program that helps them get clean or get healthy. So we're hearing about the challenges that you face making your documentary, and even dealing with addiction in the culture, in Iranian culture. Is there something you could tell us that you learned, not only from your experiences or even making your documentary or other filmmaking process, just in about addiction overall, that you want to share with us, a learning experience?
Yeah, the addiction itself is dangerous. I mean, the definition of addiction, you can addict to anything, Sure. Some people are not addicted to drugs or just alcohol. Some of them are workaholic. They have to work. They're addicted to work. If they don't work, they go crazy. They go mental. Or some other people are addicted to date different types of people. They cannot spend quality time with one person, whatever their sexual orientation is. It's hard for those kind of people to stick to the plan. It's more about state of mind. It's not about taking a drug. And basically, when it comes to the difference between reality and your dreams or what you have in your mind, people cannot get a balance, or they are not strong enough to push the limit to the next level. So the easiest way, say, okay, this is the easy way. They take the drug, it comes here, brain, and they project false image.
What do you see for the future, and what do you think this is going to mean for the culture and just the addiction problem, the epidemic? We talk about it being an epidemic.
Well, drug substance abuse is a global issue. Funny thing, alcohol is very expensive over there. Like I said, it's against
illegal.
Yeah, it's against Sharia law. But taking drugs is cheaper because basically you can go to any pharmacy and purchase painkillers.
Over the counter?
Over the counter, yeah. You can buy painkillers, strong painkillers over the counter. Whereas here in the U.S., you have to go to the doctor and they prescribe you. So what happens over there, they can easily have access to painkillers and heavy drugs. And because of the border to Afghanistan, it's very easy to transport drugs, and it goes there, and people take it very often.
Well, we've had an interesting discussion, and we're going to continue to talk about this problem from an international perspective. And we just want to thank you, Amir, for talking with us today. Hopefully, as you tune into this broadcast, you will want to know more information. You'll want to find out the truth for yourself. And you'll realize that people are just hurting and in need of healing. There are resources, there is therapy, there is many ways and means to learn a new way of life. But are we helping people in finding these ways? Are we judging people? Are we dismissing people, counting people out? So not only are we dealing with the addict on this broadcast, but we're dealing with people that have to deal with the addict. And how are you helping this person, if you are? Or do you consider yourself above these people? These are all questions that we should ask ourselves and even continue to ask our guests. So continue with us. We want to hear from you, and we would like your feedback. Follow us on Facebook and contact us today. We can make a difference.